In the previous video, we learned that the phi coefficient is equivalent to the Pearson product moment correlation with nominal data. In this video, we're going to look at the Spearman rank order correlation coefficient, which is equivalent to the Pearson product moment correlation with ordinal data.
The Spearman row correlation is a non-parametric estimate of the Pearson R. It's used when the data are in ranks. The ranks may result in some ties, or they may be individual ranks. If there are no ties in the data, Spearman and Pearson R will be equivalent.
The example that we'll use is having two variables, the mile run time and VO2 max on 100 subjects. Because both of these are continuously measured variables, we can determine the Pearson R.
And we'll do that with SPSS, and then we'll change all those data to ranks and see how well the ranks compare to the continuously scored variables of VO2 max and mile time.
Here are our results on the Pearson R. The correlation coefficient is negative 0.782. Why is it negative? Well, because on the mile run, the lower time is better. On VO2 max, the higher value is better.
So there's a negative association or negative correlation between run time and VO2 max.
Here are the Spearman results. Notice the Spearman rank correlation is negative 0.786, very close to the Pearson R. The rankings were done in such a way as to produce a negative correlation.
Recall that if you rank them from 1 to 100 or from 100 to 1, it would impact the sign of the correlation coefficient. Importantly, notice the small difference that occurs in the Spearman rank order correlation and the Pearson R, even though there were numerous ties for mile time. We'll now turn to SPSS and illustrate how to produce these correlations.
Here's our SPSS data view. Notice here we have actually 4 columns because we calculated both the Pearson R and the Spearman rank. The first 2 columns we have the actual interval level measurement of the mile time and the VO2 max. We then converted those to ranks, which are in the next 2 columns. Column 3 is the rank of the mile time, and column 4 is the rank of the VO2 max.
Let's now calculate the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient between mile time and VO2 max. Go to Analyze, Correlation, Bivariate, take the mile time and VO2 max, place them in the variables box, and click on OK. Here we have the same Pearson product moment correlation coefficient output that you've seen in the previous slides. Notice that the correlation is negative 0.782. Let's now do the same thing with the ranks. Go to Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate. Let's remove the mile and the VO2 max values, and let's put in mile rank and VO2 rank, and then notice down here you're going to click on the Spearman correlation and click off of the Pearson correlation. OK, and here are our results. Notice, just as you've seen before, here's the correlation, the Spearman rank correlation, negative 0.786. Notice the similarity between the 2 correlations. Estimate both of these as about negative 0.78. So even though we had many ties in run time for the mile, the correlation were very similar.